The night Ayan learned the true cost of impatience was the same night his world began to change. Rain hammered the tin roof of the small house, each drop echoing like a ticking clock counting down his failures. Ayan sat on the edge of his bed, phone in hand, staring at another rejection email, another job application ignored, another dream delayed. At 26, he felt older than his years, worn down by the constant feeling that life was moving forward while he remained stuck in the same place. He had grown up watching his father wake before dawn every day, polishing shoes that were not his own, bowing his head to people who barely noticed him. His mother stitched clothes late into the night, her fingers cracked and bleeding, yet her face always calm. They never complained. They never rushed. They believed in something Ayan had begun to lose faith in: patience. Ayan, however, believed patience was just a beautiful word people used when they had no other choice. He wanted results. He wanted success. He wanted respect. And he wanted it now. After his graduation, he tried everything. He jumped from one small job to another, quitting whenever he felt unappreciated. He borrowed money to start a business he barely understood, only to shut it down within months. Friends who once walked beside him now drove past in cars with tinted windows, offering sympathetic smiles that felt like silent judgments. One evening, after yet another argument with his parents, Ayan stormed out of the house. He accused them of being too passive, too slow, too afraid of change. His father listened quietly, then said something that only fueled Ayan's anger. "Some battles are not won by striking fast," his father said. "They are won by standing still." Ayan laughed bitterly and walked away. Days later, desperation pushed him into accepting a job at a small printing press on the outskirts of the city. The pay was low, the work exhausting, and the owner, Mr. Karim, was an elderly man with tired eyes and a calm voice that never rose, even when machines broke or deadlines were missed. Ayan hated the place at first. The smell of ink clung to his clothes, and his hands ached from lifting heavy stacks of paper. Every day felt the same, and his impatience grew heavier with each passing hour. One afternoon, a major order was ruined because of a small mistake. Ayan expected shouting, maybe even dismissal. Instead, Mr. Karim calmly rolled up his sleeves and began fixing the problem himself. When Ayan apologized, shaking with fear, the old man smiled. "Mistakes reveal character," he said, "not success." Curious despite himself, Ayan asked how Mr. Karim had built the business. The old man leaned back and told him a story. He spoke of losing everything twice, of years spent working while others rose faster, of nights when giving up seemed easier than continuing. But he never rushed his decisions. He waited, learned, adjusted, and trusted time as an ally rather than an enemy. "Patience is not weakness," Mr. Karim said softly. "It is a weapon, but only those who endure long enough learn how to use it." Those words stayed with Ayan. Weeks turned into months. Instead of quitting, Ayan stayed. He began to observe rather than complain. He learned how the machines worked, how clients thought, how mistakes could be prevented. He listened more and spoke less. Slowly, his confidence grew, not from quick wins but from quiet consistency. At home, his parents noticed the change. He no longer argued. He helped his mother with chores, sat with his father in silence, and for the first time, understood the strength behind their calm endurance. Then came the real test. A large corporate client offered Mr. Karim a contract that could change everything. But there was a condition. They wanted faster production at a lower cost, something that would require risky shortcuts. The offer promised instant growth, the kind Ayan once dreamed of. Old Ayan would have pushed for it without hesitation. But this time he paused. He spent nights reviewing numbers, calculating losses, imagining consequences. He saw how one impatient decision could destroy years of slow, honest work. When he finally spoke to Mr. Karim, his voice was steady. "It looks tempting," Ayan said, "but it could cost us everything." Mr. Karim studied him for a long moment, then nodded. They declined the offer. Days later, news broke that the same company had defaulted on payments, dragging several businesses into debt. The printing press survived because it waited, because it chose patience over greed. That moment changed Ayan forever. Years passed. The small printing press expanded carefully, step by step. Ayan eventually became a partner, not because he demanded it, but because he earned it. His journey was not fast, but it was solid. His success was not loud, but it was lasting. One evening, as he closed the shop, Ayan looked at his ink-stained hands and smiled. He remembered the young man who believed patience was a curse. He wished he could tell him the truth. Life is not a race against others. It is a test of how long you can stand without breaking, how deeply you can trust the process when nothing seems to move. Patience will not make the road shorter, but it will make you strong enough to walk it, and in the end, that strength becomes the most powerful weapon you will ever hold.